Welcome to Master G online classes. This is Srinivas from Zoology department, and today we are going to discuss about 12th class chapter 16 environmental issues, which will cover your multiple choice questions for the NEET as well as for the board exam. Okay, if your pen and paper are ready, let us start now. Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss about one of the important chapter from NEET syllabus from the 12th class chapter 16, that is environmental issues. What are the topics that are covered in this chapter? It is written here: air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, greenhouse effect, ozone depletion and deforestation. See, this is a short topic discussion and we are going to cover only the important points. So here I am going to explain what are the important points under each topic which you have to cover your preparation, during your preparation, right? Now let us start with the first, air pollution. In the introduction of this chapter, there is one important point. When was the Environmental Protection Act was started? That is in 1986, the first important point. Now coming to air pollution. From air pollution, let us see what are the points that are important for NEET. Here, agents which cause air pollution. So contribution is there from industries such as thermal power plants and other industries, along with that automobiles, even sound pollution. Okay, so under air pollution, thermal power plants are the major contributors to the air pollution. What type of pollutants they release? They release particulate matter. Here, what is particulate matter? According to Central Pollution Control Board, any dust particles less than or equal to 2.5 micrometers. Any dust particles that are less than or equal to 2.5 micrometers are considered as particulate matter. Now, thermal power plants and other industries which release these dust particles to the air atmosphere, if they are not treated, these particulate matter are able to cause inflammation of lungs. Which in turn leads to lung damage. Lung damage. So both the lungs gets damaged. Now here, in order to prevent this particulate matter entering environment, thermal power plants are going to treat the air before releasing. They are going to treat air. Electrostatic precipitator. Electrostatic precipitator removes (99% of particulate matter). So under the air pollution, the first important point you have to remember, what is called particulate matter and their size. And major contributors for air pollution are thermal power plants, and how to remove those particulate matter from the from the air that is released by thermal power plants using electrostatic precipitator. Now let us see other important points coming under the air pollution. Here The Air Act was introduced in 1981. This is another important point. Air Act stands for Air Pollution Control Act. Now, this is further modified, including sound pollution or noise pollution. So this is further modified in the year 1987. This is further modified in 1987, including the sound pollution. How the noise or sound pollution and the noise pollution, you need to remember one important point. Sound which is 150 decibels, equal or more than that, causes permanent hearing impairment. So this is one important point. After that, what is the contribution of automobiles to the air pollution? As automobiles also cause air pollution with incompletely burned fuel, the gases. Here, Government of India introduced bar standard, present ongoing bar standard for vehicles. Here you have to remember one important point. This BS4 now is going to upgrade into BS6. BS6 from the coming April month, that is from 1/4 and 2020. These are the important points under air pollution that we have to cover in our preparation. Okay. So we have covered the points which are important under air pollution. Now we are going to discuss about important points under water pollution. What are the different types of the pollutant that cause pollution to the water or changes the quality of the water? It's important. Types of pollutants. It's important. Types of pollutants. These are three types. Suspended pollutants. Colloidal pollutants. And dissolved pollutants. So you need to remember the examples. And a suspended one, here we can take sand and silt. Under colloidal, we can take two examples. One is fecal matter, even the other one, cloth pieces. And a dissolved one. The dissolved chemicals, sometimes it is going to be heavy metals. Heavy metals that are found in the water pollution that changes the water quality includes copper, cadmium and mercury. Along with that, we can take copper, cadmium, mercury. Along with it, we can also take lead. These are mostly heavy metals that pollute the water and changes the quality of the water. Next important point is how these pollutants are removed from the water to improve the quality of the water. See here, suspended can be removed and even colloidal can be removed by sedimentation as well as filtration procedures. But the most difficult task in the treatment of water is removing dissolved chemicals that are found, mostly heavy metals or the other chemicals, pollutants. Removing them is a difficult task. Now, water quality can be tested with BOD. called BOD, biological oxygen demand. What is this factor? How this is important for the need? One important point is here. Oxygen demand for the biological decomposition of organic matter that gets accumulated in the water as a pollutant, which can be removed. Microorganisms perform decomposition so by using oxygen. Yes, it is like this. The organic matter which is a pollutant accumulating in the water body, microbes present in the water body can decompose them using oxygen. So a measurement for the checking whether the water is polluted or not with organic matter is the measure of its BOD. More the BOD, the concentration of the dissolved oxygen in the water decreases. Increases in BOD, decreases dissolved oxygen in the water. Pollution of the water with organic matter can be measured with BOD, which is the biological oxygen demand. What is the principle involved in this? Microorganisms present in a particular water sample are going to decompose the organic matter using the oxygen, and that is going to reduce the available oxygen, dissolved oxygen in the water, and which shows its impact over the aquatic flora and fauna. And other aspect under the water pollution which is causing the deterioration of the aquatic flora and fauna is algal blooms, development. How the algal blooms are going to develop? So here the algal blooms are going to develop by due to excessive pollution of the water bodies. The growth of the algae such as planktonic algae on the over the water surface is going to cause the damage to the quality of the water, and this is all due to over accumulation of the algae that is going to cause deterioration of the water body or water quality. In turn, that is going to become leads to fish mortality. Yes. Next important points under water pollution is biomagnification. What is called biomagnification? When different types of chemicals like pesticides, which are the pollutants of the water body, used indiscriminately, now somehow they slippage into the water body and now they will be dissolved in the water. Different types of the organisms such as planktonic fishes which are feeding within the water, aquatic animals, there is a chance for these pesticides or chemicals getting accumulated in their body. A good example is DDT. So DDT, when it pollutes the water body, now gradually it enters food chain of aquatic ecosystem in such a way from the planktons. It enters small fish. From there, they enter large fish, and then birds. Initially, the DDT concentration that entered, the points you have to remember under this topic. Initially, DDT concentration is 0.03 parts per billion. So concentration accumulates more and more, passing through the food chain. Finally, it is found. Here the DDT concentration increases from one trophic level to other trophic level. It will not stop anywhere, and finally the concentration in the birds is going to be 25 parts per million, Understand that the concentration started with the billion and increased with the concentration to million, which indicates there is an increase in the concentration of this pesticide through the food chain, and finally higher concentration is seen in the birds. Now birds, how this is going to cause damage to the birds? The birds, while laying the eggs, being oviparous, and their eggshells, are made with the calcium carbonate. Now, this calcium metabolism, under the influence of a protein called calmodulin, and this calmodulin, which is a calcium binding protein, is inhibited by DDT, which is a pesticide. So what we understand from this, DDT, which is a pesticide, entered the water body being a pollutant that has entered the food chain and increasing concentration. So the biomagnification stands for DDT concentration is increasing from one trophic level to the other trophic level. Finally at the top carnivore, it's get accumulated at a higher concentration and causing damage to the formation of the eggshells of the eggs, interfering with the calcium metabolism, inhibiting the calmodulin protein, and that is going to help in the making the shell. Hence it is going to make the eggshell, which are softer eggshell, and that is going to inhibit reduce their population density. Now another important point under water pollution is eutrophication. What is called eutrophication? A natural process of eutrophication is a process of natural aging of the lakes. How a lake gradually becomes a land. Under this, the major contributors are nutrients such as nitrates and phosphates. The nitrates and phosphates, when they get pollutes the water body. Now there is a chance for the aging, accelerated aging of the lakes. Naturally, a lake gradually become a land area. That is a natural process. But human interfered, that is accelerated or cultural. Eutrophication process. When pollutants such as that contain these nitrates and phosphates enriched in the water body, gradually that is going to increase the growth of algae. So overgrowth of the algae changes the quality of the lake, or what we call the ponds. So lakes and ponds gradually grow. Overgrowth of algae, and is going to reduce life of other flora and fauna in the water body. Flora and fauna. So you need to remember under this, what is a natural eutrophication, what is human interfered pollutant. Pollutants such as that contain nitrates and phosphate which gets accumulated in the water body, how that is going to contribute to spoilage of the early aging of the ponds, and finally is going to replace the pond with the land area. Right? Some industries releases heated wastewater into the aquatic waters. How this is going to show its impact? Two impacts are there. It leads to death of indigenous, so-called native species, such as both flora and fauna, and whereas it is going to promote the growth of some new species. Mostly in the promotes growth of new species, that is in most cold environments due to the lack of sufficient optimum ambient temperature. Some other species shows very less growth, but when such water bodies are polluted with heated wastewater released into them, now that's not only kills the native species if it is their normal temperature is missing, and that's going to promote some of the new species that are found in their habitats, right? Now other important points under this. Water pollution, eco-sanitizers. What is this? Biodegradable, where the fecal matter stools collected from the toilets are directly decomposed with microorganisms. So as I tried them for the first time, they are established in Kerala and Sri Lanka. This is one important point you have to remember. Next, coming to the soil pollution or solid waste pollution, which is classified into municipal waste or the domestic waste and hospital waste. E-waste stands for electronic waste. And radio waste, which stands for radioactive compounds waste disposal. How to treat them? Before going to how they are treated, we should understand how the solid waste are classified. They are classified into biodegradable, non-biodegradable and recyclable. Biodegradable, they are going for the landfills. Say municipal waste, they go to landfill, where the waste is filled in the, which are biodegradable. They are filled in the lands and which are under natural biodegradation. Recyclable material are recycled and are non-biodegradable are treated in a separate manner. How the hospital waste management is done? We'll see here. Now, how they are treated. If you take municipal waste, they are treated in such a way the landfills, which are biodegradable. But looking at the hospital waste treatment, hospital waste contain many microorganisms if they are directly left without any proper treatment. Now there is a chance for the contamination of water body and land with the different types of pathogenic organisms. So one important point under hospital waste treatment is incinerators, that is burning of the waste, all the waste that is produced from the hospitals. Next, e-waste, also called electronic waste. Electronic waste is imported by developing countries from the developed countries. Here the important thing is they are used for recycling. Why they are recycled? For heavy metals purpose. What are those heavy metals? Copper, gold and iron, such type of heavy metals are extracted from electronic waste. Now, the other waste is called radio waste. What is called radio waste? Radioactive elements. What is the use of radioactive elements? They are used for the electricity production of the nuclear power plants. Right. So what is the need of using this radioactive waste? Need of going for treatment of radioactive waste? There is no proper way for the treatment. They need to be managed in such a way. They have to kept in a tight containers and preserved or kept in the 500 meters depth from the land surface. What is the reason? There is a chance for the leakage of the radioactive waste, which can cause radiation exposed to the mankind as well as animals, which leads to different types of cancers development, which happened in the history with the two important incidents you have to remember. One is 3 Mile Island leakage, other one Chernobyl leakage, right? Now, the next point is greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect and global warming. See that global warming, what are the gases responsible for global warming? Before that, what is called greenhouse effect? See, greenhouse effect, generally in the cold countries, in order to maintain temperature for the plants that are grown in indoor, a glass chamber is provided, which will receive the heat and doesn't allow the heat to be lost. Similar, our globe also, the earth also receives the sunlight and some extent it is going to get reflected. But due to the heavy pollution that is caused due to different types of the gases, here they are going to increase the temperature of the globe, hence which is said to be global warming. And these gases contribution, important question. The major contributor to the global warming is carbon dioxide 60%, like the methane 20%, chlorofluorocarbons 14%, and nitrogen oxide that's of 6%. Together, they contribute acts as a global warming gases. Now, another important question from this topic is, since the last 30 years, how much temperature of the globe, the earth, got increased, which is 0.6 degrees centigrade. That is another important point. Now, one more point, there is maybe a possibility of a question which is not the consequence due to the global warming. So, you should study the consequences also. So, what leads to the global warming? Increase in the concentration. It is going to cause increase in the melting of the snow mountains and increasing the sea level and reducing the forest area, like it causes a lot of environmental impacts. So, you have to prepare these consequences topic also, right? So, next topic, it is ozone depletion. What is called ozone? Here, this is a gaseous layer that is found in stratosphere of our atmosphere, and the ozone thickness is measured in terms of Dobson units. This is one important question. The information not available in the textbook. 1 Dobson unit is equal to how much? It is 0.01 millimeters thickness. And here, how the ozone layer gets damaged. Ozone layer is very important protector to the earth that prevents the entry of the UV rays. But the same ozone layer from the oxygen is made by availability of the UV rays. And this process continues in between the O3 and O2, and which is a reversible reaction. Now further UV rays is needed, and such reaction is interfered by chlorofluorocarbons. When chlorofluorocarbons are released from the refrigerators, air conditioners, from the cooling agents, they are going to cause responsible for ozone hole formation or damage to ozone layer, which is found in the Antarctic region. Now, what if the ozone layer is damaged? UV rays is able to reach its surface within the UVB. That is going to cause two different consequences. One is it can directly cause skin cancer, and other consequence is it can cause damage to the cornea of the human eye, which is called the cataract. Other name is called snow blindness. Now, in order to reduce the ozone damage, that is the reducing the emission of chlorofluorocarbons, various countries together, they made a protocol called Montreal Protocol. This is another important key point. Now, the year and the place, right? These are the important points under the ozone depletion. Now, the last important topic is deforestation. So, there are altogether more than 6 important points are there that you have to practice and by heart. See, according to one scientific estimation, how much percentage of the forest is lost? What is called deforestation? Loss of forest area. Now, 40% of the forest is lost in tropical areas and 1% only lost in the temperate region. These are 2 important questions. Next one, what is the major reason behind the forest loss? It is a jump cultivation. It is also called slash-burn agriculture, which is done with many tribal people where they are going to select a particular area and they are going to exploit it for agriculture purpose. At the end of the agriculture, they are going to burn it, and they will not look after the recycling of that land or the replenishment of that land. So they are going to spoil in such a way. Hence, that has led to the loss of more than 40% agriculture, 40% forest area in the tropics. Now, similarly, there is another deforestation that happened. That is what we call Amrita Devi Bishnoi Wildlife Protection Award. What exactly is this? There is a small story. The role of the Amrita Devi and her daughters, how they protect the forest, and this is the award generally given for the rural people, those who show the courage to protect the forest area. Similarly, Chipko movement. Here the important question is, when does this Chipko movement have taken place? Garhwal. So Garhwal Himalayas in 1974. That's one important point. Next, government has started one important joint venture between the government and the rural people, where the tribal people join forest management. It's government as well as the tribal people together. They are going to conserve in a sustainable manner the forest area, and that which help in reducing the deforestation and increasing the reforestation. Okay, so remember, under this deforestation, these are some important points. Along with the other important points, together this chapter covers more than 50 important points which are very useful and definite expected questions in the NEET. Hope you will prepare well. Wish you all the best.